Hello, welcome to my BCA BT Admission Strategies. My name is Jimmy Kim, and I'm the founder and president of Rutherford Education. I'm a Cornell University graduate and former admissions staff member. My prep center is located in Rutherford, New Jersey, and I've been doing college and magnet high school consulting for the past 10 years. I also help students with test prep, such as SAT and ACT. Recently, 75% of my students got admitted to BCA BT recent year, and we're excited to help the next class. Let's meet some of our tutors. They're graduates of Columbia, Cornell, NJIT, and other top universities. Their SAT scores are over 1500 and ACT scores over 33, and many of them are BCA and BT graduates. Let's look at the current stats of the class of 2027. 39 students out of the 52 students that were in my BCA BT prep were admitted this year. 16 got into BCA, 18 got into BT. It was a very diverse class from different small to big towns that were admitted. And apparently, many applied to business and computer science majors this year. The Bergen County Technical High School consists of 5 different schools, which are the Bergen County Academies, the Bergen Tech at Teterboro Airport, Applied Tech High School, Bergen Tech Paramus, and finally Bergen Tech Northern Valley Regional High School. There are 9 majors that you could apply at Bergen County Academies. The most popular majors are engineering, medical, and science, while BCA's business, computer science, and culinary are equally as popular. And there are 3 additional majors in Academy for Visual and Performing Arts: music, theater, and visual arts. There are also 9 majors that you could apply at Bergen Tech Teterboro. The most popular ones are law and justice and aerospace engineering. Strategic asset management, computer science, and digital arts are also popular. There's about 1,500 students apply to BCA every year, and the acceptance rate is only about 15%. That equals to about 260 to 280 students for the freshman class. Unfortunately, they cannot change the majors once they get admitted to that specific program. Only 8th graders apply, and only they could apply once. There is a quota for each town, and there are about 70 towns in Bergen County. And the number of students that are admitted to each program varies every year. Recently, engineering and medical and science had the most number of students, as you can see. At Bergen Tech Teterboro, the acceptance rate is also around 15% for the 166 students for the freshman class. They also cannot change the majors, but the great thing about BT at Teterboro is that the freshman class can take AP classes early on. So that means by the end of the senior year, they probably have taken about 10 to 12 AP classes. There is no quota, so that means they could take as many students as possible at a certain town. There are many admission challenges for the middle school students when it comes to the application process. It's hard for the students to work on the application alone, as it requires writing, getting the recommendations, testings, and preparing for the interview. And the applications are rising from many middle schools right now, as many are applying. As part of the application process, the applicant must present the 100-word activity list. Here's a sample of my student actually who got into the engineering program. As you can see, he was a Junior Honor Society member, Odyssey of the Mind. He was a gifted and talented student. He taught himself some coding languages. He did tennis, taekwondo, and he also did some music. So it brings a variety of talents and activities in the application. The applicant also has to write a 400-word essay for BCA as well as for BT, which is considered one application. In 400 words or less, you have to tell about why you like to join the choices of the academies, and they have to share the activity list and accolades. For BT, it's the same. In 400 words or less, tell us why you like to join our choice of programs. Once the student passes the test, they're invited for an interview. And the interview lasts only about 5 to 7 minutes. But the AVPA students, it could last up to 30 minutes as they have to prepare for audition and music performance. As you can see, the popular questions are, how do you feel about getting B's and C's? Tell us about a time when you didn't get A's as you expected. So it is imperative for the student to practice many of these questions before the interview. My Prep Center will help the students on these services with tutoring, with their essays, and choosing of the first and second choice majors for both schools. We also go through the mock interviewing process, as well as many testings and practices. Not only we look at their high school majors and performance, but we also look beyond college and career choices. So for the 8th graders, what do you do from now until November? Well, you got to decide which school and which major to apply. You got to finish the 2 personal essays for BCA and BT if you're applying for both. You have to list all your activities as we went through the list. We have to get all the applications into the online portal. You have to sharpen your test taking skills, including math and writing, and keep up your grades at school and your activities outside of school. For this summer, you also have to list anything that you want to add to the 100-word list. So there's a lot of things that you got to get through until you submit everything on November 30th. Here are some tips for the 4th through 8th graders. As you can see, you could start early as 4th grade and start looking into the BCA BT high school website. And there are some math sample problems in there that they could take, as well as doing a lot of extracurricular activities along the way. Once you become a 7th grade, you have to really supercharge your curriculum and do your best in getting A's. And here are additional tips for the 8th graders. They have to do really well in the 8th grade subjects as well, as the guidance counselor will send the grades in the middle of the semester. So not only you have to get all the applications together, they also have to do really well academically so that they're in good standings. Here's some important deadline information this year. The application portal doesn't open up until first week of October, so you have to get everything ready by that time. There will be open houses, so I recommend strongly to attend the open houses, which is going to be in person, and the application materials must be received by November 30th. Around December 17th, email will be sent out on the test schedule, and test is going to be in person in the first weekend of the new year, either January 6th or 7th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Once the 8th grader takes the test, it's a waiting game from February to April. Invitation for interview mails are sent out around February 12th, and interviews are conducted in the last week of February or the first week of March. Final decisions for both BCA and BT come out in the first week of April, and one can be accepted to both or either BCA or BT, and there is a possibility of waitlist. Once accepted, the placement test is given at the end of April. Here's the spring and summer tuition and schedule. As you can see, we have in-person and online classes and group and individual private lesson classes. Here are some important dates. Student could come here for free practice tests Monday through Friday. Just text me so that I could arrange. For the application deadline is going to be on November 30th, and the test is going to be on January 6th and 7th. I want to share with you our BCA BT admission summer prep for the 8th graders. We have classes Monday through Friday, 10 to 12 or 3 to 5 p.m., and on Saturdays from 10 to 12. Call or text me so that I could give you more information on this summer prep program. Finally, I want to share with you my email address as well as my cell number so that you could text or call. You may also click onto this link on the registration page so that you could share more information about your student. I hope you could reach out to me so that we could have a discussion about your student's BCA BT application process. Thank you so much for your time.